Hi, babies. How are you? Um, you know, I've done maybe 5 videos since the last video that I uploaded and posted. Maybe 5, 6, maybe 6, maybe 5. I do these videos, I get excited about them, and I'll even upload them, but make them private. And will never make them public. I don't know why. And they're great videos, and I have a lot to say, but then I kind of think about, who's going to be offended, or, and then I just don't make them. I think of what I'm going to do now is just go in and just delete all of them. But I wanted to do this video about the Breakfast Club. And now y'all know I don't like the Breakfast Club. I don't like Charlemagne, and I damn sure don't like Jess, the not hilarious Jess. Jess, the funny looking mess. Okay? I don't like her. I don't like Charlemagne. I think he's a dummy, a straight up idiot that black people have exalted as a truth teller, and they get all their information from them, and it's so fucking sad. I just want to, I want to do like a whole collective slap of the BC, because y'all are dumb, and y'all ignorant, and y'all dumb. It's either that, or we have just allowed the most ignorant among us to curate culture, to curate what's truth, what's facts, what's right, what's wrong. And these are the same people that celebrate Diddy and R. Kelly and all these different people. But I digress. All that stuff that's going on with Jess Hilarious and Lauren, and mind you, I don't even watch. This is why I'm a little late for the party, because I saw a clip online, and it just triggered a few things. That triggered, but it just conjured up a few things that I wanted to point out about certain black people, those black people, and women. But I don't watch the show at all. Baby, I've actually, because I don't watch it, whenever it pops up on my timeline, I block it. Or the channel, the actual channel. You won't get a view from me, honey. I will block it. I will, I'll do don't recommend channel. I am not playing. I don't like them. I don't support anything that is harmful to the trans community, to the black community, and to any marginalized group. I don't support that. But anyway, it brought up a few things for me. And I guess this is their on-air blowout. It dawned on me, none of these motherfuckers have worked a regular job. Like, say, you or I. They have not worked a regular job, because this is not how you handle conflict in the workplace. You do videos and all this other stuff, because I saw some of the videos, like I said, I saw some of the videos, and then I read some of the comments to kind of get context a little bit. But I think, a video that she did, crying and anger, and it was just like, it shows you what type of person Jess is. Jess Hilarious not. It shows you what type of person she is. Because she is emotional, she goes off on a tangent and on these rants without having any information, without having any class, without having any care for any repercussions. And that's, well, her whole energy is masculine. I'm sorry. And it's not to disrespect her, because I'm not disrespecting her, but like, I'm sick of cis women talking about trans women being men and being masculine and being this, and they're just as, if not more masculine, acting, a lot of them. But her getting up there and saying the things that she did, and then the fact that they're having this on-air discussion about it apparently none of these motherfuckers have had a real job, like a real 9 to 5, where they have, you know, because if you did, you would not be even talking like this. You wouldn't even have, like, that whole display was embarrassing to black people. Okay? And it says that they're not intelligent. They're not mature. They're not intelligent. And this is just, it was just ignorant ninja shit. You know, I wanted to say the other word. It was ignorant ninja shit. Okay? It was ignorant. It's like, who raised y'all? Like, and clearly, like I said, if you have a 9 to 5, you don't air out your grievances with your coworkers and employer on social media. Especially if you are planning to remain there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that she didn't quit, like, I can see if you quit a job and you wanted to expose or even give your side of, not even give your side, but you wanted to share your experiences working for said company. I understand that, because you have left the company, you have agreed on a severance package, or you agreed on some sort of terms, legal terms, or whatever that you have to do, or you just simply just got your shit and you left and you have another job. This is not the mature thing to do. Okay, to sit up there. But the fact that she sat up there, like I said, it's not the mature thing to do. The fact that she sat up there, not leaving the job, not having another job lined up, and doing all that, and trashing them, and talking about her. And you notice she attacked the female. And this brings you to my last point. It's like, it's to my trans women, I want y'all to never, ever, ever feel upset because a lot of these cis women are attacking you. Not all of them, because there are a lot of cis women that get it. And they are on our side and they are allies. But when all this hatred that we have gotten from cis women for the last 10, 11 years, don't take it personal. And I haven't taken it personal, because I have always realized that this is who they are. This is totally who they are. Okay? This is totally who they are. They will, if they have an issue with the actions of a man, they're going to take it out on each other. Because there's no way that of all the shit that Charlamagne and Envy did, and the environment that they set up for this girl, and the powers that be, who are also men, have set up, you would think that she would voice her opinion about them, but most of her vitriol and anger was directed at that other woman who was just doing her job. Okay? I find it, and this goes back to this theory that black women are the most hated And yes, as trans women, I can attest to that. As a black trans woman, yes, we are the ones that get the least amount of support, the least amount of resources, the least amount of love, the least amount of, well, we get love, but not in that, love in terms of systematically and socially. Everyone takes from us. They take from the black trans women. They appropriate what we do, and then they try to say that they created it. Because you have a lot of cis black women that say that they created all these different styles and all this different lingo and all this different energy when they didn't. They'll steal it from trans women, but then will cry when someone steals it from them. They're their things that they are known for, their look, their aesthetic. The BBL aesthetic is very trans. It's very this community. It's not, women weren't doing that. Especially black women were not doing that. They weren't walking around with BBLs. The girls were. Because they had a little pump inside of that. They had a little pump, they had a little BBL, they had a little this and that. But black women are pitted against each other. They're the most hated. They're the most under resourced. But when we say black women are the most underprotected, yes, that could be true. That is true. But they need just as much protection from each other as they need for any man, anybody else, any other group. They need it with each other because literally black women will fight each other. They have been so brainwashed to always look at the man being right. If a man cheats on you and gets your mama pregnant, you're not gonna hate your mom. You're not gonna hate him for being a disgusting, low down, dirty dog. You're gonna solely hate your mother. You're gonna stay with him. You may move somewhere. I've seen men do horrible things to women. I've seen black men do horrible things to black women. Baby. And that black woman stayed. She cut everybody else off, but she stayed with that man, you hear? I've seen, I don't want to say some of the things that I've seen, but the fact that Jess, or whatever I call her, Jess, she focused her rage on Lauren. It spoke volumes. And it goes back to that ego, that female ego of no other woman can have what I have. No other woman could do what I do. No other woman could be prettier than me. No other woman could have more space than me or just as much space as me. You put them in a environment with each other, and I'm sorry, this may sound horrible, but it's the truth. Just as a trans woman, I've seen it. I've seen how even though I was always trans, just before I transitioned, I remember how there were certain women in my life, friends in my life, that were, they adored me, they loved me, and they, I could be as feminine as I wanted to be, even though I know secretly they hated it. I can be as girly as I wanted to be, or just be who I was. But when I decided to transition, fully, meaning really, really, it wasn't enough to socially transition and change the way I dressed, but it was when I started to moan and started to really grow into a real woman from a girl, bitch, that's when the shade came. That's when the numbers were changed. That's when, the funny acting things that they would do. Like just funny, weird shit that they would do. To the point where I just had to stop speaking to them. It happened with some of the gay boys and it happened with the females. Totally. Especially if you if you morph and evolve into a doll, a beautiful, feminine, bad, beautiful, intelligent, feminine, womanly doll, bitch. See, they love the drag queens. They love even the trans girls that have a little roughness, a little banginess, that still have their masculine edge. Oh, but if you turn into a feminine entity, bitch, kiss that friendship goodbye. Because they're gonna study how you move, they're gonna clock everything that you do, and it's always gonna be a problem. Always. Always. Always, baby. So, she goes on maternity leave, Jess, and this girl fills in all the shit that she was saying, how, I'm the reason why she's here. I'm the one that chose her. Like, this is, I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is exactly what women are. A lot of women are at their core. And it's their fault, but then again, it's not their fault because this is how they're raised. That if you get something, it takes away from me. That's the reason why all of this stuff with trans women has really, really, really triggered them. Oh, if they get something, it's going to take away from me. And what are we getting? What are we getting? To these, if this girl did a great job, she was being praised, and the fact, but see, this is how the Breakfast Club, how shady they are, how shady Revolt is, how shady Charlemagne is, how shady fucking Envy are, is that they know. And this is what I want you females to understand. Men understand you a lot more than you think that they do. Because these men that was at the helm of that situation with the breakfast, with Charlemagne and them, baby, they deliberately kept that girl on board. When she came back from maternity leave, why do I sound like a West Indian country person? Leave. When she returned from maternity leave, they kept Warren there. I can imagine how that must have felt for her. I can understand how that must have felt, because her issue should have been, and maybe deep down, if she was really smart, she would think, no, this is the company doing this. This is Charlemagne. This is the supervisors, the managers of this that are doing this. If she had any sense, she would think, this isn't her. This isn't Lauren. This is the company that's doing that. Because you come back from, this is what happens when you work at a corporation and you are pregnant or you go out on maternity leave, especially. But if you go out on some sort of leave, even if you went on vacation for 2 weeks, right? You would get a temp. A temp is a temporary employee that you'll get from a staffing agency. Some companies, I don't know if they do it too much now, but some companies will have their own in-house temp agency. If not, they would outsource it to and that's a big thing. They would outsource it to like a known temp agency, a reputable temp agency that had really good, they call them temps. And so what'll happen is, like, you say me or you, we're going on vacation. We're gonna go on vacation, but we're gonna need someone to cover us at work. Like, especially if you're an assistant, executive assistant, whatever. And so you'll let your boss know, and then your boss, will mark off the calendar, and then you'll let HR know. And then they're responsible for getting the temp, whether it's in-house or if they will outsource it to an actual temp agency. So they will then reach out to the temp, their contact at the temp agency, a recruiter. You'll reach out to a recruiter at the temp agency and say, okay, we're gonna need a temp, March 23rd to March 24th to April 15th or something like that, right? I'm just making it up, right? Then they'll reach out to whoever the temp is, a really good temp. Then they'll let them know, okay, you're going to be working from March 24th to April 12th or whatever date I said, right? And that's how it is. And then the temp will come while you're away, hold you down. 9 times out of 10, you have to leave instructions, like your password to your computer, your morning routine, little quirks about your employer, like your boss. Your boss might be someone that wants you to open the mail, or wants you to put the mail in a certain place in their office, or, like things like that, right? Just little instructions. Then you go on your vacation, you party it up. The whole time the temp is holding down the fort and usually a lot of temps are doing a great job, but they're doing a lot, but then again, they're not doing your job. Then you come back. Usually an employer, depending on the job, an employer and or an employee, like say myself and my boss, when I would come back from vacation, I would have the temp fill me in. Just come back for one day, not even a whole week. They would come back for one day just to let me know, okay, what you did, if you opened a new file, if you did this, or if you did that, like just so that I can kind of transition back into work after being away for 2 weeks, so that I know what's going on. Not only know what's going on, but in case you did something, like say if you had to change a password, different things like that, right? The fact that the Breakfast Club kept that girl on when Jess came back from maternity leave, and this is not me standing up for Jess because y'all know I can't stand her, but the fact that they kept her on, it was shady as fuck. It was shady as fuck. This is why I say it's all ghetto. They're all ghetto, right? It was shady. I understand, like, I had to think, I was like, imagine if I'm coming back from maternity leave and I see the temp, the person that was put in place to temp and cover me, still there for months and months and months after I came back from maternity leave. And not only is she still there, she has a chair next to me. It's almost like, okay, I would feel some kind of way. But here's the thing, I'm intelligent enough, worldly enough, womanly enough, because I'm all about female empowerment, always have been, okay? Especially when it comes to black women. But I'm womanly enough, and I'm mature enough and intelligent enough to know that that's not Lauren. That's not her fault. That's Charlamagne. That's Envy. That's Revolt. That's the producer of the Breakfast Club. That's Revolt, baby. And the fact that your first instinct was to come for Lauren, it speaks to the toxicity that is toxic femininity. And it's going to be the root, and it's always going to be the destruction of the female species. It's going to always not be the destruction, be the downfall in every situation. Because instead of really gaining the power and equal footing as a male counterpart, there are a lot of y'all that don't even want equal footing. Y'all want the man to lead, which is sad. Because these niggas don't even know how to read. How you want a nigga that don't know how to read to lead you? Okay? But it speaks volumes. Instead of having, getting equal footing as men, you're going to always going to have issues with getting power, with getting equality. Because these men know how to play you. And this is why it goes back to what I was saying a few videos. And I've always said, men will deliberately, even if they're fucking another woman, and you're their wife or their girlfriend, and you find out, men don't mind you finding out about the other woman. They don't. They will use it to their benefit because they know that once you find out that there's another woman that they're interested in, it's a psychology. You're going to ship up. You're gonna step up. You're not gonna look at the man as being a fucking asshole and a fucking a non-loyal piece of shit. You're gonna want to compete with that other woman. So you're gonna make sure you're gonna make sure your hair's always done, your body's right. You're gonna fuck him whatever you want. You're gonna cook for him whatever. Instead of letting that motherfucker go, you're gonna do the opposite. You're gonna try to make sure. What's the most what am I gonna do? What does he see in her? What does he see in her? I gotta do everything that she's doing to make him look at me. And here's no shade, quiet as kept. This is probably why a lot of females are out here getting BBLs and doing all the trans makeup and with the bushy eyebrows and all the dramatic contouring and all that shit. The trans girls, we don't even do that anymore. Well, some girls do. Okay? It's like y'all so busy trying to figure out why this man is interested in what he's interested in and trying to be that thing instead of kicking that motherfucker to the curb. Okay? The fact that she went in on Lauren and was telling her to shut up because she's over talking her. Like, bitch, who the fuck are you? Imagine if Angela Yee did the same shit to you. Okay? Even though y'all technically weren't sitting next to each other, I don't think. I could be wrong. It speaks volumes about women. It doesn't speak about men, because this is what I'm saying. These men know how to play y'all. And baby, when I tell you, whenever I see a man want to unalive a female because she went through his phone, or whenever I see, there's so many videos out there of a woman grabbing a man's cell phone, and he will fucking chase her down. He will kick a door down in the bathroom if you're in there. He will run out of the emergency. Like, there was a video of a man in a hospital gown running out of the hospital because his girlfriend took his phone. Bitch, it's not because there was another female in that phone. It was a trans woman or a gay boy in there. He didn't want you to see what's in that phone. They don't care. They know how to use another woman being in their phone. Another woman, him cheating on another woman, cheating on you with another woman. They know how to use that to their benefit because they know a lot of y'all are weak. No shade. They know a lot of y'all are weak and y'all insecure, and they know how to play you. They know how to play you, baby. So, oh no, whenever a man wants to kick down or wants to do all that to harm, to get his phone. Whatever a man does there, baby, just know that there's no other female in there. He's kicking down that door and he wants his phone back because he doesn't want you to see all them dick pictures and dick videos and trans videos and titties at the top and dick at the bottom videos and all the she-male porn that he watches, all the trans women that he is talking to on these dating apps that he's not supposed to even have. He doesn't want you to see that. Baby, let me tell you something. Do you know how many fucking men follow me on my social media that I've met on a dating app? And I might follow a handful of them back because I'm cool with them. And they have girlfriends and wives and fiancés that are female. And do you know how many fucking DM messages I get from them? One sent me a video of him sticking a cucumber in his ussy. They like their holes stretched out. They like they're walking around with mutilated booty holes. Okay? That they like it to be pounded. And see, I don't want to make it into this type of video. This is for another video. Okay? But these dudes are not hiding another female from you. They know how to use another female to their benefit, to keep you in your place, to control you. They can control you with another female. And it works. Look at your history. And some of the females that are watching me, you know I'm telling the truth. Y'all don't leave these niggas when you find out that they're with another female. And quiet as kept, y'all don't even leave when y'all find out another trans or gay boys with them either. But that's another story. But yeah, the fact that she went there, the bottom line is that the Breakfast Club and the powers that be, the producers, the stars, Charlemagne, the distributor, Revolt, they're playing to women. This is how men do. The bottom line is that they're pitting these two women against each other because they know it's good ratings, but they know that it's going to be a way for them to control both of them. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of them took a pay cut or took some sort of demotion behind this. Baby, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. This was a way for them to control the females. It was a way for them to control the women. Because both of them have Lauren, from what I've seen, because I've seen her, I think on TMZ, Lauren is a very intelligent young black lady. I respect her. And that's another thing. Jess clearly is fucking inferior and insecure. She's insecure. She can't bring what that girl brings. She will never bring what Lauren brings. Lauren is a fucking G. Okay? Lauren is a intelligent, highly intelligent young lady. Okay? Jess is not. Let's just be real. Jess is not. Jess is ghetto, she's loud, she's wrong, and she's ignorant. She mirrors these ninjas. She's niggerish. She's niggerish. We're not gonna glow. There's nothing sexy, there's nothing beautiful, there's nothing endearing about a female being niggerish. You can have a little tomboy edge, like there are a lot of women that I love, like I grew up in an era when you have a little tomboy edge, but you don't lose your femininity either. Mary J. Blige is perfect. She's the perfect example. She has this tomboy edge, but she's so beautiful and sexy. Okay, because her femininity, that tomboy edge doesn't stop her from being feminine and beautiful. Jess is very masculine. She's a nigger. And she probably looks at this refined, intelligent, talented woman that is Lauren and feels inferior. Instead of fucking being mature or even womanly and coming to her, she does all this bullshit. And I want my trans women to pay attention. This is what a lot of cis women do. So whenever it comes back to you, whenever they come and shift their rage in your direction, understand that this isn't because you are less than they are. This is because they are feeling less than you are. Or they're feeling competition. Because this is what they do. Alright? I didn't mean to make this long video, but I wanted to point out some things. Because this is toxic femininity. And I think we need to start calling all this shit, because y'all not going to be up in these comments on Shade Room. And you're not going to be up on social media in these comments trashing and always want to talk about trans women, but we can't talk about y'all. Because we sit back and we see, a lot of us don't say anything. We just observe and we know. Okay, I love a lot of my cis females. I love y'all. The ones that get it, the ones that support us. Okay, we want a allyship with you. We want community with you. I love having a good relationship with my cis female friends. I love going online and seeing cis females stand up for trans women. I'm seeing a lot more of it, believe it or not. Because a lot of them are seeing what I've always been saying. That what's going on with trans women, and then simultaneously with females, and then with the black community and with the Latin community, what's going on is that we're all being pitted against each other. Okay? A lot of this stuff is being concocted. All of these culture wars are being concocted. A lot of these people that, that's another video. But stop, for my females, stop letting men divide us, because here you are letting these men talk to you. Oh, these trans women. Y'all co-sign this gay shit. Y'all co-sign these transgenders. You know what that is? That's code for, damn, I don't want y'all to be close to them. Because if you get close to these trans girls, they're going to tell you what I do with them. And not only they're going to tell you, they're going to show you video of me doing. Let me shut up. Anytime you see a man in the comments under a trans video saying to a black woman, oh, y'all co-sign it, this is what y'all get, they're trying to replace you, they're doing the same thing. They're trying to pit us against each other because they're trying to control both groups. They want to be in both groups, and they know in order to be in both groups, they have to keep us separate. And how do you do that? You create beef. Anyway, I hope y'all receive this message. God bless you. Bye. Mwah. Love you.